Hi everybody, it's Sunday the 14th of July and I'm currently 9.5 weeks post-op. I'm just on my way to the local reservoir because I'm marshalling at a 10-mile race. So I'm going to be at the 5k water point. Really looking forward to getting back with my running friends and just getting back to what I love. So obviously last week at the consultant's appointment they said that I could begin to start an increase in exercise. You're allowed to walk as much as you want post-op, but I've not really been doing that much walking. So this is like a 5-mile walk each way to the start point, well, to where I am from where the bus stops. So that's good exercise, and I signed myself up to a Couch to 5k programme because I don't know if I'm that unfit, but I figured that that's where I'd start. The last couple of weeks have been a bit harder than I would like. I mean, I would never ever say there have been anything like living with PMDD or living with my progesterone intolerance. Life is so much better, and I can't even begin to compare how I've been feeling just lately to how I was when I had progesterone in my system. Like, I've been managing to live at home and not needed like support from anybody else like to stay with me physically, and I've not really needed any meds. But I went to the doctors last week and sort of admitted that I was living a little bit of a lie because I was telling everybody that I was fine, and yes, comparatively and relatively I was doing great, but I wasn't amazing. I think I'm a little bit depressed and I'm grieving a little bit, and I'm not grieving for the child situation because I know that without having the operation I wouldn't probably be alive right now. However, I'm grieving for all the years that I lost to my PMDD. Like, I feel like the last couple of years all I've done is focused on staying alive every day, and I've not really thought about where I am in life or my body shape or anything like that. And now I'm better, well, relatively better. It's hit me like all my friends have moved on, they've all got high-flying jobs, they've all got houses, in relationships, having children, getting married, all that sort of stuff, and I still feel like I'm in the same situation I was when I left uni, or maybe like a little bit backwards from when I left uni, because now I've got a degree that I've not used for like 3 years. So yeah, that's really difficult, and I think I am doing a little bit of grieving over that. And then on top of that, my hormones are depleting, and so I was holding on to seeing the gynecologist, my consultant, surgeon, whatever, last week, and I thought he would alter my hormones, but he didn't do that. He discharged me and said, you know, it's normal for my hormones to be depleting, it's normal to be tired all the time, and that he would refer me to the HRT clinic. So I know that my hormones aren't right, which is quite difficult because I keep getting migraines all the time. I can easily sleep for 16 hours in a 24-hour period, which is not very productive. And just generally I'm hot all the time and feeling a little bit depressed and low because I'm in a bit of a menopausal state, I guess. So yeah, I'd be really glad when my hormones have levelled out a bit more. Probably need a bit of a top up of estrogen and testosterone, but I don't think they like to do that too soon because obviously my natural hormones are depleting, and so it should level out eventually, and then we can get a stable level. What else? Yeah, with the tiredness, like, it gets to me quite a bit, like that I get tired and I get frustrated, but at the same time I have to remember, like, I had so many months of not sleeping and insomnia. It's probably just my body catching up, and I've had major surgery, so I'm trying to be a little bit more self-compassionate to myself about that. After having all the support I could have ever asked for, and such intense support, like I was on a ward for 11 months, and I had psychologist, CPN, GP, outpatient team with gynecology. I had so much support, it was unreal. I mean, I needed it, but I was so lucky. I came out of my surgery and I've really had not a great deal of support. I've seen my psychologist, I think, 3 times, and that's it. Therefore, like I said, I went to see my GP last week, and she suggested that maybe I could see a counsellor or something just for 6 sessions, just to like top me up and get me on my way, because I was like, I really don't want to start with somebody new. I don't want all these people in my life anymore. I'm so done with appointments, I'm so done with people. I just want to move on from PMDD and like put that chapter of my life in the past and start getting better. But in the end I caved, and I contacted the duty team at my community mental health team, and I spoke to a CPN, and she's not my CPN because my CPN's been off sick for quite a long time now, but she's offered to see me. And I said I didn't actually want to see her, but we're just going to check in once a week with a phone call just to set some goals and motivate me a little bit more, because I'm feeling very lost. Like, I feel like I have lost everything to my PMDD. You know, like I said, I was grieving. So like, I don't have a career anymore. I don't have a house. I do have a house, obviously, I'm living somewhere, but it's not the house situation that I would want to be in. I really don't know where I'm going job-wise. Like, do I want to work in mental health? Do I want to pursue stuff in PMDD? Do I want to go back to my roots and go back to physio? Or do I want to be an OT? Do I want to retrain as something completely different? I have no idea where I'm going with that. I keep looking at jobs, and then I remember that actually I can't apply right now, because the worst thing that I could do right now would be to get a job and then be like, oh, sorry, I've got to have time off straight away because my hormones need adjusting, because that's not right. So I need to wait a little bit longer until everything's a lot more stable. And I'm finding that really difficult, because I just wanted the operation and I wanted to be better and fixed. And obviously it doesn't work like that. And I know that I like reinforced that like a million times over to everybody else, but I don't think I quite believed it myself. Yeah, like, and then I really want to get into a relationship, but I can't do that. Well, I can do that, but I keep trying to get into relationships, and one of the first questions people ask is, what do you do for a job? And then I'm like, this is a little bit awkward because I don't have a job at the moment. And then I say that I'm not working because I've had surgery, and then they say, what surgery? And it's just all really awkward. I think if I could get a job, then it would make getting into a relationship easier. So yeah, lots of things going on. And I was finding that unless I had something reason to get up and go out, then I just wouldn't bother, because I just thought, what's the point? Which obviously fits with the depression. So yeah, I'm having some support from a community psychiatric nurse, which hopefully will be helpful and just get me back on the right track a little bit and working out what I want to do with my life. So 9.5 weeks post-op, the number one question that I see asked on support groups about hysterectomy and PMDD is, do you regret it, and you know, how are you doing? Do I regret it? This is something that my GP asked me as well. No, there is not one part of me that regrets having that surgery. I honestly believe it saved my life, and yes, this period of stabilising hormones and post-surgery is tough and it brings about its own problems, but it is nothing compared to what life with PMDD was like. Life is so much more tolerable. I would take these symptoms over my PMDD symptoms any day. So yes, things aren't perfect. Things will probably never be perfect, because what is perfection anyway? But I'm glad that I had the surgery, and I don't regret it. I just wish that the recovery was a bit faster. I just want to be like a year down the line already. I'm impatient as always, and I don't want to wait. But I would definitely make the same decision again. And yeah, life on the whole is okay. And it's a damn sight better than it was with PMDD. Like, I've not been in hospital in 2 months, which is probably the longest time in about the last 10 years. So yeah, it's really good. Bye for now, guys.